So my first question for you is going to just be about the Halloween episode because it just came out this weekend or this week, and we see Lainey and Esposito breaking up, and I'm going to assume they're going to get back together again because they're such a great couple. But Esposito, they're cute, but Esposito mentioned that they broke up over the marriage question. So who wants to get married and who doesn't?
I think that Esposito is really into Lainey and wouldn't mind marrying her, and it's Lainey who has the problem about the whole marriage thing. She kind of feels like if you don't put any labels on anything, you last longer.
Okay.
She's a little bit of a commitment phobic, a little bit.
No, I think that's great though, because the one thing I liked about was when season 3, the producers started to put Lainey and Esposito together. And at first I thought, well, Lainey is very much of a girl about town, and Esposito was more, he was the, I hate to say sidekick, but he was the sidekick when we saw him coming out in the first season. But then second season, he becomes a little bit brawnier, and then all of a sudden, oh, look, he's dating Lainey. But so I thought that was great. But what made the producers decide initially to get your characters together last year?
I think it was mainly John. He was campaigning for that. He felt like, okay, so Castle and Beckett really can't get together because that kind of takes the fire out of what's going on between them if they do it too soon. So why don't Lainey and Esposito get together? And John went to Andrew a million times. He tweeted about it. He got the Twitter fans behind him, and that really put everything into first gear.
Okay.
And I bought it, and now, you see what you see.
Because the one thing I did think was that I felt like Lainey and Esposito were like the counter relationship to Castle and Beckett, where if we can't see Castle and Beckett together, we can at least see two other team members in a relationship. So with the breakup now, is that more of a reflection of we're going to have more time to see Castle and Beckett develop, or am I going to assume eventually we're going to see Lainey and Esposito get back together again? That was a two-parter.
Well, my take on what happened was, we were just taking a little time off, but for Esposito, that means we're broken up. And for Lainey, it means we're just taking some time off. We're not broken up. So what you're seeing is kind of like real-life situations in relationships. The honeymoon stage is over. So I think at this point it's just sorting out what we're doing. I personally don't feel like they're really broken up, but I also don't know what goes on in that writer's room until we get it to perform it. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I know there's some upcoming things where Ryan's wedding will be happening on Castle, and Lainey and Esposito have to be there. So I think there may be some stuff that happens there that will be real interesting.
Okay, that'll be great. So are we going to see, technically since we have Ryan's wedding, it's possible we can't see another couple get together, but will we see some type of engagement for Lainey and Esposito in the future, or some type of pregnancy or something else in their relationship for season 3?
You're going to see a lot of stuff with those two because they're crazy. Lainey and Esposito are two crazy individuals. They're sane when it comes to their jobs, but about each other, they're a little insane. And I think you're going to see some back and forth with those two. Mainly Lainey trying to figure out, do I really want to be with this guy or not? What's going on? I really like him, but I don't know. And I think that's what the audience really is going to see from Lainey. And they're going to see Esposito probably like, okay, I really like this girl, but she's driving me crazy. I love her, though. So it's some tension, but I think you'll be able to see some new developments because of the current situation.
Okay, and I'm going to press on this a little bit more, but stay to it. But because the advanced press release did say that there'd be a little bit more intensity between Lainey and Esposito. And they've kind of been the
Yeah.
rock couple this season. So I just wondered what other types of insanity will we see from these characters? Because even their breakup was low key.
Um, well, I know one thing. If Lainey ever catches Esposito with another woman, it might be, um, time to shut down the station. It might be a little scuffle because Lainey is a tough girl, and she's still in my mind. And from reading the next script that we're doing now, Lainey is not done. She's so not done, and he better be careful.
All right, that'll be great. And do you feel that the relationship flushed out the characters a little bit more and flushed out Lainey a little bit more? I mean, she still feels strong
Yes,
and she
I
still
really.
feels sassy, but please speak more to that. Sorry.
No, I do. I think this relationship really has brought some light to Esposito and Lainey, and also Ryan. And that was part of what Andrew wanted to do for this season. He really wanted to focus on bringing those three characters, along with Alexis, more out, more open, more situations, more interactions with the audience in those four characters. And he's really doing an awesome job. Um, but it really, I think that relationship has brought us to the forefront, and it's going to make people want to see what's going to happen, like what's going on, what's upholding this, what is the stagnation? Are they going to get together or not? It's going to really have people interested in their relationship, and I love that.
Yeah, we're already interested in the relationship, but it'll be fun to see what else develops. And you also mentioned just bringing Lainey out to the forefront. And Head Case is the first time we see Lainey visit a non-crime scene with Beckett. And will we see that more in the future, where Lainey's more out and helping solve crimes? Again, she's the forensic scientist, so she can only do so much, but will we see more of that in the future?
Definitely. Definitely. We'll definitely see more of that in the future. We've been shooting a lot of that. As far as Lainey and Kate hanging out outside of work, um, Stana and I have been petitioning that all around the writer's office and with Andrew, because we also see that the fans from Twitter have been tweeting that they want to see us hang out outside of work, and we've come up with a few scenarios and we pitched them, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I hope that comes to the forefront because in the pilot we saw Lainey and Beckett together as friends, but then Castle slightly subsumed that confidant relationship. So I was hoping that we would see more of Lainey and Beckett doing more girl talk about the men in their lives, or just about their lives more this season.
I think it's coming because, there's still that question of why Kate didn't call Lainey, once she started feeling better after she healed from her gunshot wound. She didn't call Lainey. She called her therapist. She didn't call Castle. And it was just kind of left up in the air. And I think that that's something the audience is also wondering about. And I think that that's a good segue into um, girl talk, girl time. So we're just trying to figure out how to do it smoothly and fun and sexy. But we're definitely got to have the girl time.
Okay. And also, I'm just wondering about Lainey as well. Just, and I think you talked about this in another interview, but all of the characters have had their solo episodes where the past has come back to haunt them with Ryan and Esposito, and of course Beckett. But will we see that happening with Lainey, where something that she did in the past or something a friend did in the past will come to her for assistance?
I think so. Andrew mentioned that, and we were talking about what is the reason why Lainey is so closed and so tough on the outside. Like, what has happened to her to make her like that? And I think Andrew is